When you're a bankable star like me, they don't skimp on the megs. No siree, Bobcat. 16 megs, 16 mondo megs of marvelous me pouncing out of this cart, running, leaping, flying, and falling all over your face. I'm Bubsy. I'm trying to save the earth from woolies. No, woolies aren't what you get from wearing cheap underwear. Woolies are space dweebs and flying saucers out to purloin the earth's supply of yarn balls. But enough about them, let's talk about me. Over 40 awesome animations, 5 wild worlds, countless furballs, an average of 300 screens per level, 7 music tracks, more sound effects, gorgeous graphics, and digitized voices. And this is indeed Bubsy in Claws Encounters of the Furred Kind. From Solid Software and Accolade, released in 1993, also available on Genesis, and also known as Yamenko Bubsy no Daibukin. And it's kind of one of those, Mario was really big. You remember that Mario guy? Maybe you've heard of the Sonic guy. Everybody kind of wanted to get in on the action, and Bubsy was supposed to be the one that did it for Solid Software and Accolade, and he starred in several games. Oddly enough, this did well enough to spawn some sequels. And, well, there's a reason you don't hear about Bubsy too much anymore. The games were not that great. It's a platformer, of course. The game's name is, of course, a play on words in reference to the film Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And, well, you know, it's not... Here's the thing. You know it's going to be good when I start like that. On paper, Bubsy should be great. It's got everything. It's got good music, it's got good graphics, it's got an easy to recognize star, it's got a simple but challenging setup for gameplay, but for some reason, it's just not very fun. Right? Our designer, Michael Berlin, previously designed adventure games like Altered Destiny and Search for the King. He burned out on the genre, and he came across the original Sonic, and he played it for 14 hours a day for a week in order to find inspiration to do his own take on it. So there's that. Development of Bubsy came in 1991. Early sketches showed Bubsy wearing shoes, which were omitted. The Genesis version was the first one being worked on and was to be released in 92, but Accolade's legal trouble with Sega caused it to be delayed. After artists Beckett Gladney and Ken Macklin constructed the backgrounds and character animations on a PC program, a group named Solid Software went on to do it for the Super Nintendo. Director John Skeel said he wanted to create a game as fast as Sonic and as deep as Mario. They planned it to be easy but hard to master. He had difficulty finding a good voice actor for the main character. And after weeks of searching through tapes, he got a call from Brian Silva, who aided trying to find a voice until Skeel ended up recording Silva's voice and speeding it up, which took inspiration from Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny and all of that. What else? A group of 20-plus people worked on the game during the programming of the game for the Super Nintendo. One of the hazards was catnip that would drive Bubsy mad, but it was replaced with banana peels because of Nintendo censorship policies. It was developed and released concurrently for the Genesis. Each version looks and sound almost identical. 2 years later, the game was ported to Windows 95 under the name Super Bubsy, which had slightly better graphics, a cartoon pilot that was never picked up, and the Super NES was made part of Bubsy Twofer on Steam in December 2025. Pre-release anticipation was really high. It had a really aggressive marketing campaign regarding it as the next Sonic or Mario. Bubsy himself won Electronic Gaming Monthly's most hype character for '93. Andy Eddy praised its non-linear level design. But going over all the numbers, and there's a lot of them, it really only comes across as an average or above average game. EGM gave the Super Nintendo 8 out of 10. GameFan gave it an 87, 80, 81, and 84 out of 100. Nintendo Power gave it a 72. Video Games and Computer Entertainment gave it a 7.7. Super NES N-Force gave it a 70. Super Play gave it a 77. Video Games just gave it a 70. It's got all of the ingredients for a great game. They just aren't mixed together very well. And I think you could say that about every Bubsy game. Not to mention it just being called a blatant ripoff, which it is.